I've been heavy on my grind, putting value on my time.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mone's Curvy Closet podcast and YouTubers. Hey guys, how are you? I hope you guys enjoy the three-part, I guess you could say three-part series, so to speak, or whatever. I gave you more content over on YouTube. I posted about 3 times last week, so I'm very proud of myself. And I think I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to kind of break apart the podcast into different video versions, and then do the full, podcast or whatever, on Fridays. The full video of the podcast on Fridays, but Monday and Wednesday, I believe I uploaded. I kind of chopped it up. So anyway, extend the content if you will. But I hope and you YouTubers enjoyed that. And yeah, it has been an eventful week for me on social media. When I tell y'all we got some things to talk about, listen, all the white people are really mad at me over on TikTok because you know me, I like to speak my mind. And so they are really mad at me, honey. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later, so stick around. So I saw Straw, the movie. Um, I saw it yesterday. It came out on Friday by Tyler Perry. And I love his movies. A lot of people may not like his movies, but I really do like his movies. I will say, Tyler Perry, he likes to shoot within 2 days. And it seems kind of rushed at times. But the one thing I like about Tyler Perry's movies is that he um it's always a at the end. It's like always a oh my god, I never knew that was going on, or I never knew that happened, or oh my god, that's what really happened. So I love he definitely throws a plot twist at the very end. I'm starting to notice his way of filming. So anyway, I saw the movie. It's with Taraji P. Henson and Sherry Shepherd and Tiana Taylor. And I'm going to be honest. I've been here. I've seen a lot of people rating it, a great film. And I'm going to be very honest. I'm not going to spoil it. Bleh. I'm not going to spoil it for people who have not seen the movie. But I will say that for some reason with this movie, I was just waiting for the end to really figure it out. And I don't know why. Maybe because, again, I've noticed his way of filming that I know there's going to be a big bang at the end. And I was kind of waiting for that. But I like the movie. I absolutely 1000% related to the movie. Um, So that was great. I absolutely related to the movie. Um I guess it was a great film, but I guess I just wanted I don't know what I wanted. I don't know what I wanted. Uh, I don't know what I wanted. It's just something I wanted within the midst of the film, right? The ending really explained, what I'm saying, the beginning and the middle of the film, but it was just during that, it was like, give me something until I get to the end. I don't know. I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But I don't know, for some reason I wanted more. But that movie was, when I tell you, well, I can't really tell y'all because I don't want to spoil it, but I'm gonna just say this. Us single mothers and what we have to go through and the hoops we have to jump through to make it for our children, baby, it's like no other. And so many people want to, down women, and they want to, um, single mothers, they want to blame us and say, you pretty much put yourself in that position. And we're not even going to get into all that. But people just really don't understand sometimes what it is to be a single mother and having to do everything with bare minimum and still keep your head up like you're the happiest person in the world. Nobody really gets it except for another single mother. In that film, I was like, in the beginning, I was like, please don't let me cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want this to be, because she had a little girl. And I was like, oh God, I don't want to cry, because when I see single moms and they have a girl, I start thinking of me and my daughter. Or if I see a single mom in a movie and her son, I start thinking of me and my son. So I'm like, Tyler Perry, don't have me crying in the first 3 minutes of the video. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to shed the tears just yet. And I didn't cry. I did not cry during the movie at all. But I was just like, Tyler Perry, don't start now. I just turned it on. Don't start. Um, but I liked it. I liked it. I don't know. It was something that was missing for me. And usually that's not what it is with Tyler Perry movies. Um, the actors was great. Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm gonna say this too. Some people may not agree, but I'm gonna just say this. I feel like, and comment down below and let me know if you feel the same. I feel like Tiana Taylor. I feel like she like overacted. Is it just me? I definitely feel like she either overacted or cannot act. And the only other film I remember seeing her in was another Tyler Perry movie when she did the Byron. I can't remember which of his movies that was, but um other than that, that's the only movie I've ever seen her really act in. And she was just the wig. I don't know if it was because I'm used to seeing her with short hair. She does a good pixie cut, okay? Her face, the way her face is structured, her body. Okay, we can talk about Tiana Taylor all day. TT, I'm gonna call her. But it just, I got what she was doing. It was definitely giving me Olivia Benson vibes a little bit with the outfit and the get up. But I just couldn't get with the hair, and I couldn't get with her acting. Um, but yeah, I mean, if we could have got like kind of scaled back a little bit on that, that would have been fine. But other than that, I think it was a good film. It definitely hit home on some things, and it's just interesting the type of work that Tyler Perry does. A lot of people don't like his work. A lot of people do not like his work. Um, and a lot of people feel offended that how can I say, he exaggerates and extends the black mom or the black culture struggle. And I guess people don't like the way he tugs, if you will, on black women, black mothers, the struggle and what we've gone through and what our moms and grandmothers have been through. But it's like, that's real life. I mean, clearly we like it, or clearly, a lot of black women like it because he's a billionaire probably now. He owns his own studio. Like, the man is just, his bestie is Oprah. Like, come on now. Um, so he's clearly doing something, but I don't see what's wrong with that. Shedding more light on the black struggle, shedding more light on the black woman, the black grandmother. He was raised by a black woman, and grandmother, and things of that nature. So I don't understand why the black culture doesn't like the type of work that he does. Now, I will say, I do think he needs to get some help. And what I mean by that is, get writers. Sometimes his stuff can be very much similar, and I to his other work. I do like how he uses the same characters. And I also like, this is what I noticed, and let me know if you noticed this, but I'm not an actress or anything like that. But if it's anything like YouTube and Facebook, when it comes down to music, if you ever notice watching any films, right? Any film besides Tyler Perry, you notice how they use like generic music, right? And if you use an actual artist music, you would have to pay them, just like with YouTube and Facebook. You'd have to pay or split, the money that you would make from that particular video, that film, or whatever, with the artist of music you're putting on your video. And so I'm assuming it's the same way with films and movies. And I noticed that him and I think Issa Rae does this. They use the actual artist's songs in their movies. So in this movie, Straw, he used Glorilla. I forget which song it was, but I was just like, and when you watch movies, you're so used to certain things, and I'm so used to hearing like generic music in videos. So when I heard Glorilla, I was like, is that Glorilla like the actual song in this movie? And I was like, okay, but I say all that to say Tyler Perry is for his black people because he knows that's going to give credit and give money to Glorilla for playing her music in his movie. So he is all about the black culture, and I don't understand why people don't like it. I mean, I don't, and even tying into social media and the things that I see on, which I'll also touch, as far as the TikTok being upset with me. I don't understand why people are upset with continuously keeping the culture alive, meaning why we continue to visit what happened to our ancestors, why we continue to visit what happened to our black women and what happens to our black women and how they're treated. Like, people are of all races, black, white, or whatever, they feel like we need to just let it go or leave it alone, or why we got to keep bringing this up, because it's part of history. It's part of us. It's what it is. And I think if we wasn't still going through some of those things today in 2025, then nobody would bring it up, or very less of people would bring it up, or very few people would bring it up. But because a lot of things that happened years ago, centuries ago, ages ago, is still happening in 2025, how can you not talk about it? I don't understand. But I don't know what my favorite Tyler Perry movie is. I did like the one. What was it? Taraji P? No. Who was the one when he did with the women, the first African American um air pilots, or Kerry Washington. I did like that movie. Very interesting, very knowledgeable and educational. So I really really liked that movie. What else? Who else? Of course, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Um I didn't really know Tyler Perry like that until in my high school years. And I didn't know even before then he was doing plays, and that's how a lot of people knew him. I think I was kind of late in the game getting to know who Tyler Perry was, or is, but I enjoy his work. And Straw was a really good movie. It was a really good film. Taraji P, of course, worked her butt off in that film. And I didn't know she was 54. Um, I love Taraji. She yeah. um, and yeah, I love the movie. It was one. Her boss made me want to wring his neck. But the interesting thing about the movie and how Tyler Perry did things in the movie was that he showed how different sorts of people treat black women. Her boss, her landlord, um, even it's like I'm not gonna say like a bum on the street, but like just like her community, right? Um, and it was just very interesting for him to get that perspective of how all people treat, I'm saying, her or treat single black mothers. And so it was just interesting, and I liked it. I liked it, and I'm not mad at it. It was just missing something. I know I keep saying that, but it was missing something. I don't know. But anyway, kudos. I loved it. He got so much going on. He got this last film that he did. Oh God, Black Beauty, Beauty Black, or something like that. Bebe, Tyler, are you trying to tell us something? Because you got a lot of homosexuality going on up in there. I heard some things through the streets. I don't know. That's your business, but I'm just saying that that body of work threw me for a loop, honey. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, he has a season 3 coming out. So I don't know, Tyler. You got something to tell? Just let us know, because I was like, wait. Speaking of homosexual scenes, what is my movie? What is it? Down in the Paint. What is it? Y'all know what it is. I can't think of the movie. I mean, I can't think of the movie. What is it? Down P Valley. When is the who we need to petition? Who we need to call? Because I need to see where is P Valley? Why is P Valley not on? Like, I know, if I'm not mistaken, was there some kind of strike going on years ago? I don't know. But isn't that over with? Like, what do we P Valley? Who owns it? Who's writing it? Who's directing it? Where is P Valley? We're all waiting to be down in Valley. I have to go watch the last season because I kind of forgot. But anyway, that's my take on Straw, which I think the whole purpose of him titling that is the last straw, the breaking point. When a woman snaps and she just cannot handle. Listen, I've had many of those. I didn't do what she did, but I definitely had many last straws, working on my last nerve, type vibes. I can definitely relate. So kudos to Tyler Perry and Taraji P. And Sherry Shepherd and Tiana Taylor. Like, kudos to you guys. You guys did a great job. And Tyler Perry, listen, if you got to take over Pink, I don't know if you'll do it that. No, that's okay. Let whoever directed Tyler, what is it? P Valley. Let them do it. Let them. You stay over there. Let them do it. But anyway, that was a great movie. I liked it. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Is that too low? So anyway, I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to talk about something that has really been on my mind lately. Um, it has a lot to do with the world and what's going on, personal experiences, social media, and I have just really been thinking, and this is going to be very hard for me to do, very, very hard for me to do, because I'm not going to say I'm an opinionated person, but I'm a person that when I see something that just, I have to comment or say something, right? If it's just wrong, if it's stupid, if it makes no sense, like, really, it's hard for me just to be quiet, because I can't stand stupidity. And I say all that to say, I have really been thinking about detaching from the world. What that means is everybody has their own opinion. Obviously, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Everybody is allowed to think the way they want to think, right? Everybody is allowed to feel the way they want to feel. The problem is, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. And I don't agree with a lot of stuff that's going on in this world. And you try to talk to people, you try to understand their perspective, but there's just some nasty, evil, rude, disrespectful people in this world. There are some narcissistic people, and I know that word is going around a lot. There are some narcissistic people, narcissistic men. There's some very selfish people, and it's just like, I don't want to engage anymore. I feel like, what's the point, right? What's the point of having these conversations about relationships and black men? And I always speak about black and being a black woman and dating, or my experiences with black men, because that's what and who I've predominantly dated, or only dated, I should say, not even predominantly, only dated, right? So continuously having these conversations on social media about, the single mom experience, and the daddy's not being a part, them walking out, and everyone blaming the mama, because she should have picked better, and she should have did this, and she shouldn't have the child if he wasn't, like, all of the same conversations that never changes. We've had these conversations even before I was born, and I'm 38. The conversations are not going to change. Women are blaming men, men are blaming women. Um, no one sees eye to eye. Then you have everything that's going on with the government, Trump, Elon, they broke up. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot going on. The injustice, the things that ICE is doing. I was watching some things on TikTok today. It was just like, this can't be humane. This can't. And I seen something. If you guys are on TikTok, and that reporter Aaron P. I don't know his last name or something, but he's the one that's always report breaking news guy, breaking news. Um, listen, I'm sure TikTok hates him, and when I say TikTok, I mean the people who run in TikTok, because he just reports on everything, and we love him for it. And I was watching a video of his, and they were talking. I can't remember the city or the state. I mean, I want to say it's Virginia. I'm not sure, but from what I understood of the video, they were talking about lawyers or prosecutors trying to charge women for miscarriages. What? I looked at my phone like, this can't be real. What? Charging a woman for a miscarriage? I'm like, okay, nope. Mm-mm. And then I seen another video where I don't know, I don't want to say it was a prank, because it was camera footage on a cop, where this man literally stopped this woman. She was a black mail carrier, right? A postal mail carrier. She was coming from a nice home. She was in a nice area. He stopped her, asked her what she was doing. He said she was sticking up the houses, meaning she was trying to rob them. Mind you, she's in full on postal gear. She had some kind of like poster in her hand. She had a bag with a bunch of mail in it. He literally said she was trying to rob the houses. Sir, what? He was like, there's no way you could be from around here. What are you doing? You trying to set, what is, you were trying to plot something for later. She was like, what, sir? She's like, I deliver mail. I've been doing this route for 4 years. He asked for ID. I think he may have gave I think she may have given him her postal ID or whatever. And so he was like, this doesn't prove anything. Do you have any other kind of ID? So I guess she gave like her driver's license. He said, you don't even live nowhere near around here. She said, why would I? This is my route. Why would I live around here? And he literally I think it was like a part one, part two. There was another video where she was in the back of the cop car. I had to scroll because I said, I can't keep watching this. I'm just like, this is really the world we live in? You literally, she was so confused. I was confused for her. Cause I'm like, sir, you not. He said, what? He literally stopped her. He said, where did you get that get up, that uniform from? Halloween Spirit or from the costume store? I was like, this cannot be real life. He can't be serious. What are we doing here? I feel like it's no point. I feel like it's no point. The dating scene, okay? Trying to date. I'm not actively trying to date. I haven't tried to date since my daughter was since I dealt with my daughter. Mind you, I mean, since I dealt with my daughter's father. Mind you, my daughter is 6. So that should tell you something. But I I just, it's so much going on. It's so much going on. I feel like, and let me just say this. I'm not saying that I don't believe in relationships. I'm not saying I don't believe in marriages. I'm not saying that I don't ever want to date again. I'm not saying that I never want to be married. I'm not saying that I don't believe in love. What I'm saying is, I feel like dating is like college. You have all these courses, you're trying to pass, you're trying to get through, you're trying to make sure you don't fail, you're trying to ask the right questions so you understand. It's a lot. Dating is a lot. It's like, and then you're blamed because you didn't see the red flags, because you didn't ask the right questions, because you should have known that he was this and this. You should have looked at this. It's like I'm playing detective. I have to be on guard. You can't let your guard down. You got to make sure you read between the lines. I don't want it. If I got to do all that, I don't want it. Never mind. I'm good. I'm not asking you to have the most money. I'm not asking you to have a big, huge house. I'm not asking you to be the best looking down the block. I'm not asking you to have the nicest car. Like, I don't ask for a lot. I really don't, because I'm so busy working on myself. I'm so busy getting my things. I'm not one of those women who wants to be a house, and this is no disrespect, but I'm not one of those women who is looking for a man to take care of her, and I want to be a housewife. I'm not looking out. You need to have your own. I want my own, right? And then we come together as one. I want you to be emotionally stable, or at least halfway there, almost, or you get it. You're in therapy, halfway healed, almost healed, something. Like, I don't want your issues you got with your mom or your father or whatever, and you take it out on how you treat women. Like, I don't want to deal with nobody's unhealed son. I don't. And it's just like the simple things you ask for. Everybody have these conversations about women want this, but they don't want to do this. Women want this. Listen, at the end of the day, no, if somebody said this to me, that made perfect sense, and it was so simple. At the end of the day, no woman will ever complain about a good man. So if a woman is complaining about you, then you're not a good man. That's not to say that there are not women out there who have good men and they don't know how to respect them and understand what they have, because it is. But most of the time, if a woman is complaining about you or don't want to do certain things for you, it's because you're not doing for her. No woman in her right mind, let me say that again, no woman in her right mind would ever not acknowledge that she has a good man. No woman in her right mind would ever not do by him if he's doing by her. No matter how alpha female I am by default. Okay? If I was to meet a alpha male that was respectful, that had a relationship with God and knew what he was supposed to do as a man of a household, you ain't got to worry about nothing. For me, you ain't got to worry about nothing. But it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And so we have these constant conversations about, women blaming men blaming. It's just like, what's the point? People are going to think what they think. You can't change people's mind. People are going to want to deal with you for their own personal benefit and their own personal gain. Nobody really wants to love. Nobody really wants to care. Nobody wants to really teach. And I'm not saying, because I don't want to teach either, but there's certain things that's okay to teach and learn at a certain age, and then there's certain things that you should have already learned and done that. And I'm not taking myself out like I'm perfect, because there's a lot of things I'm still working on. I'm still healing. I'm wanting to get back in therapy. I full on believe in going to therapy. So I'm not above fixing myself, but I'm doing the work. And there's not a lot of people that's doing the work. And I don't have time to explain. Maybe it's me getting older and now I get it. I'm at a point in my life, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing it. Count me out, take me out the group chat. I'm not doing it. I don't have time to babysit, and I'm not doing it. And dating to me is, I'm not doing it. It's a lot. It's like you want too much. If you can't come correct, I shouldn't have to try to investigate, figure who you really are, what you're doing, how much you really making. If you really dating somebody, I don't have time for all that. It just makes me cringe, because I feel like that's what people expect us to do. And if we don't do it as women, it's our fault. We picked the wrong ones. I'm tired of having those conversations. I really am. And I'm over it. And I just feel like I don't want it. Take it back. So I just feel like I want to just detach. I want to simply focus on me. what I like, what I want to do, meaning my healing journey, right? My healing journey, and talk about just mental health things, life experiences, whether I'm going on trips, whether I'm trying new things, just things that is only about me or my kids. But like relationship stuff, and I want to detach from it. I want to even with like family conversations. It's just I just don't want to talk about this stuff anymore. Because I'm starting to feel like, what's the point with these humans? And I know that's funny, but I'm like, listen, y'all humans, I can't deal with y'all. I can't. And if somebody asks, well, man, what are you? I'm not a human. I'm a diva. There's a difference. But I want to detach from humans because it's a lot to deal with y'all, and it's too much. And I'm at a point where if you can't not necessarily do it the way that I want you to do it, but if you just can't get it done and it be right, I ain't got time for it. And I really I don't know. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. I don't know. But life is a lot. Life is a lot. And when you're dealing with idiotic people in life, um, it makes it more tedious. And I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I'm not putting in the effort. I don't want to. Like, no. Um, I'm not saying I want a perfect person, but just be authentic and be honest and get the help, the healing, the whatever it is you need to do. Because I don't have time. That's why I even say I had this conversation before with one of my guy friends. Well, a guy friend, because ain't no one, because I ain't got only got one guy friend. I had this conversation with him, and I think I said this on here. I don't know, but he's always telling me you need to go out and you need to, let somebody experience that and all this stupid stuff that men say, right? And I'm just like, no. One, and I catch myself doing this a lot. I'll be very honest with you. I will see things and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should kind of put myself out there to date. And then I'll be like, no, you're not ready. And that's the thing. At least I know I'm not ready. I know I'm not ready. So I'm not out here trying to date somebody's son knowing that I'm not ready to date. And there's a lot of people who you know you're not healed all the way. You know you have narcissistic traits. You know you're selfish. You know you have an attitude, a problem or whatever. You know these things. You know you only care for self. You know you want to date multiple men. You know you don't want to have any children. You know these things. I'm sorry, you want to date multiple women. You know these things. Yet you still put your damaged self out here in this world and go mess up somebody else's life. So I just want to detach. I just want to detach from the topics. And that's why I said I know it's going to be very hard for me because I'm so passionate about some of these topics. I'm so like, oh, but it's no point. Like you can't change no one else's mind. You can't make them feel what you feel. You can't make them understand how you see things. You can't make nobody change. You can't make nobody be a better person. You can't do anything. So instead of allowing it to frustrate me, to have that negative energy when I hear about these things and these topics, it's just better for me to not even talk about it, to not even have an opinion about it, to not even indulge in it, because there's no point. It's just really no point. I don't know where that's going to get me later on down the line, but I know that it'll save me a lot of headache from the unnecessary conversations. Because at the end of the day, these things have been going on, like I said, since before I was born. And 38 years later, we're still having the same conversations about baby daddies leaving the home and all sorts of stuff. 38 years later, 2025. So I don't know when the changes are going to come, but I'm not holding my breath on it. It just gives me anxiety. It gives me it brings frustration. It's too much. It's too much. I want no parts. I would love to be married, one day, but I also have reservations. I'll be honest. My my personal experiences really has shifted what I wanted, right? Before I wanted the marriage, the white picket fence, the, all that good stuff, right? Now I'm like, do I really need to be married? You know, um, do I really need, you know, because I'm just like, even though yes, I do believe in, um, the commitment, of marriage and what it means to dedicate yourself under God as one. I get it. I get it. But I think because my idea of men has changed, that I don't know if it's really possible for me to ever believe that one man will never cheat on me, will never do me wrong, will never step out of our marriage. I don't know if I can believe that anymore. I don't. I hate to say that. Unfortunately, yes, previous experiences have tempered that, and has affected that. Because I don't know. I don't know. And then having to go through all of that hassle when you are married, and getting divorces, people turn ugly. I don't want to deal with that. Of course, you don't you don't strive for that. You hope you guys never get divorced, but I mean, it's just like car insurance. You don't hope to get in an accident, but you still need to have it, right? So, because there's always possibilities, you just don't know. Um, but I'm not opposed to getting married, but I'm not in a rush. Um, and then recently, I've been thinking about the idea of, like, do we need to live together? You know, I've heard some stories, even celebrities, where they don't live together, they have a great marriage, and I'm like, you know what? It's not so bad to really think about. I mean, because it to me, it may keep the excitement. You go to your house, I go to my house. You know what I'm saying? We ever get mad at each other, I ain't gotta worry about you sleeping next to me and I'm pissed off at you. Um, it's just I don't, I see the pros and I see, is there cons? I don't know. I mean, I don't, what's really the con? I mean, y'all got like two houses. I don't know, but I'm not opposed to that. It's kind of thinking in my head. And what else? It was something else I was thinking about. I don't know, but I don't see things the way I used to when it comes down to relationships and marriage. And I'm not one of those that's like, why we gotta get married? It's just a piece of paper. No, marriage is a contract. And you are legally binding yourself to this person. And I just feel like, do I want to go through that hassle? You know? Um, I may want like a clean getaway. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not for me, but mm-mm. Anyway, I that's my thoughts on that. Like, let me know what you think, how you feel. Maybe I don't know, because they always say, when you meet the right person, I kind of hope I don't change my mind if I do meet the right person, because I want to stand on business. I don't want to be that girl that has all these standards and all of these, you know, these thoughts of, like, of what I know I want, and I meet this guy and I just fall so in love and I just melt and I forget everything that I made for myself. I don't want to be that girl. I hope I'm strong as ever in meeting him, because I mean what I said. Anyway, life is crazy, but what's even crazier, what's even crazier is the entire internet. Well, just the entire internet of TikTok. Actually, I think it kind of went over into Instagram too. Somebody inboxed me of somebody making a duet to my video. But anyway, I pissed off TikTok. I wasn't trying to, but somehow I did. And they're all upset with me. When I tell you this week has been a interesting week for me on social media, listen, I definitely wanted to build my platform, but I didn't want to build it in this kind of way, but it is what it is because no matter what, I stand 10 toes down. Okay. So let me tell you what happened. All right. I have posted a video on TikTok. I posted a video on TikTok and I said, white people, stay out of Black content, Black creators' content. They didn't like that too much. I went on into the video and I said, every time a Black person gets on social media and they share their experience, you got to some way tiptoe your butt into a comment and make it about you, and it's not about you. Okay. Yeah. You would have thought that I said I voted for Trump. I didn't. But you would have thought I said that as a Black person and everybody just went in. Well, actually, no, they probably would have liked that. Whatever. They was mad. They was mad. I mean, they were calling me all kind of racist. They said I wanted segregation. I must want segregation again. They said, oh, just because I was talking about, I made a statement in the video and I said, it's not always about you. You guys, what did I say? You have to go on TikTok and watch it. But I was pretty much saying, no matter what, you are always going to be chosen over me. So let me have my moment. This is not about you. You're always picked by default. Let me have my moment, right? The crazy thing is, and I mean, they call me all kind of names. It was like, cancel her. Let's find her job. Like they really was that video. I just looked at it before I started filming. That video is at 122,000 views. Usually, it's always the heart that you have more hearts and likes than comments. I think I got about a couple hundred hearts, right? Meaning people like the video, and I got like over 4,000 comments. They were mad, okay? But the crazy thing is though, is I actually made the video stemming from a video that I made on YouTube, a short that I posted on, and I think I actually posted that video on TikTok too. Anyway, I posted a short I believe I did because I always post all my shorts on all platforms. I posted, and this is why I said what I said. Now follow me, okay? Because this is the last time I'm explaining this, because the things that these people were saying, I don't mind you being upset with me. I don't mind you disagreeing with me, but make it make sense. And I was clapbacking on a lot of them because what they were saying made absolutely no sense. You can be mad at what I said, but make sure you understand what I said, right? So I made a video about, it was about Black men and something with Black men. I made a video. Someone came, and I tried to find the comment so I can post it on here. Someone made a video. Someone commented on that video and pretty much brung the attention to them. And so instead of me responding to them on YouTube, I made a video on TikTok and kind of responded by saying, stay out of black content. This is not about you. That's why I made the video. I posted something about Black men and my experience, and then here you come bringing the attention to you, and it's not about you. And I said, stay out of Black content that's not relatable to you. That's all I said. I'm all kind of racist. Listen, racist was probably the main word they used. First of all, I'm a Black woman. I can never be racist. I don't even have the wherewithal to be racist. I don't even have the ability to be racist. Some people may not even agree when I say that. To each his own, whatever. But I was all kind of racist, okay? I was all kind of names, everything under the sun, fine. If that makes you sleep at night, whatever. But I also went back and I made a video because I'm just like, you guys are getting upset and you're not even hearing what I'm saying to you. All you seen was white, because I did put white people in the title. all you seen was white and then black. That's all you seen. You didn't even listen really to what I was saying. You didn't comprehend the words that I was saying in the video. Why are you as a white person, orange person, whatever? I said white because majority of the time it's always some white person thinking they can be included in everything. And then when you tell them you can't, they have a problem. Now, if you're white and you're watching this and you're listening to this, I'm sorry. Okay. I love you down. But I stand 10 toes down as a black woman. If you don't like that, sit on somebody's couch and talk about it because I ain't got nothing for you. Okay. I simply stated, if you cannot relate to my content or anybody's content as a black person and they're talking about black issues, why do you feel the need to go comment in their video on their video, bringing the light to you? It has nothing to do with you. Let me have my moment. If anybody feels I'm wrong for saying that, again, go sit on somebody's couch and talk about it because I don't care. I went on and made another video and I gave an analogy. Okay. Because they was like, you don't like white people. How does me saying mind your business come into play of me not liking white people? So if I said this, I said, so if I told my child, get out of the refrigerator. You just ate, get out the refrigerator, sit down. Does that mean I don't want my child to eat? Does that mean I don't like my child? You see how that sounds stupid, right? Me telling you to mind your business has nothing to do with me not liking your skin color. Why did I point out white people? If that's the issue, why it had to be white people? Because it's always a white person in somebody else's shit. Seriously, you barely hear the Asian people in somebody else's business. You barely hear a Hispanic person in somebody else's business. You barely hear. I mean, sometimes it happens, but primarily it's a white person in somebody's business that ain't got nothing to do with them. If the content has something to do with you, fine, comment. That lesson is for me as well. If I come across a Middle Eastern person and they are talking about their experiences as a Middle Eastern man or woman, I have no say so. I'm not Middle Eastern. And I'm not going to take away your moment by putting my experiences under your comments and bringing the light to me. I'm letting you have your moment. Somehow they took that and said, they took my video as if I said, oh, so white people can't comment under video. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I said and read what I said. Stop commenting on black content. You're not black. I made another analogy. I said, so as a black woman, if I make a video, it's something in my eye, excuse me. If I make a video, right? Oh, what's going on? Oh God. I'm missing 2 nails, y'all. I'm out here just bogus. If I make a video, right, and I'm talking about my black experience as a black woman going to a hair salon, I'm talking about my hair texture. I'm talking about the products as I use with my hair texture as a black woman, right? Right? Why would it be appropriate? Oh my God, what's going on in my eye? Oh, why would it then be appropriate for you as a white woman to come under my comments and share your experience? This is a black conversation. That's all I'm saying. Now, if I was talking about a general statement where I was talking about having an experience in a salon, feel free to comment. Feel free. But I'm talking about a black woman at a hair salon with my texture and my experience as a black woman with my hair, maybe at a black salon. You coming in my comments and leaving your experience and bringing the light to you. Okay, another prime example. You know how with the whole perfect example, which is what I should have said, the whole Black Lives Matter. How many people kept saying all lives matter, not just black lives, all lives matter. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But when it came down to the George Floyd situation, that's when the Black Lives Matter came about. And we were specifically, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, But from what I remember, that's when I really started seeing Black Lives Matter. It was pertaining to George Floyd, a black man. You got to come in. But what about us? It's always been about you. And that's what I said in the video. It's always been about y'all. Y'all are never forgotten. Let it be about us. If we're having a moment about us, let it be about us. They got their panties in a bunch. They were so offended. They were so hurt. Sit on the couch and talk about it to somebody else because I don't care. When I tell you, they are still going off. They are still mad. And no, I'm not turning off no comments. No, I'm not editing no comments where I have to review them. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not taking no videos. I'm not doing any of that because what internet is not going to do, I will never allow an internet. If I don't allow a real person in my life to bully me, I definitely won't allow a bunch of people I don't even know to bully me on the internet. I said what I said. If somebody think I'm a racist for saying that, then so be it. But understand a racist is when you are intentionally prejudiced against a culture, a gender, or anything else. Me simply saying to mind your business is me not saying I don't like white people. That's two different things. That's two different things. And then they want to go under the rest of my videos, right? And they want to start commenting, she's a racist. Oh, can I not comment on this? Just being real funny, being real much of an asshole. This is what I really, really didn't understand also. If you don't like what I'm saying, why are you following me? They literally, I couldn't tell you how many followers I got from that. And most of them was ones that didn't like. So why are you following me? So you can continue just going under my video. And then it did. If you wanted to make a point, by what I said, following my content and liking my content, and then going under my other videos and commenting, you did the complete opposite because what you just did was make more money for me and engage in my content. There's no way in hell I'm going to get under somebody's videos who I don't like or agree with they're saying and engage with them and help them and build their platform. That's dumb. It makes no sense. And so I guess you think you're making a point by let me follow her and go under the rest of her videos and start talking trash. You're not doing anything but helping me. You do understand that. It's not going to make me close. It's not going to make me take down the video. It's not going to make me go off social media. It's not going to make me do any of that but report you. And I barely do that because at the end of the day, I'm not one. I've always said this, especially on my other vlog channel. I am one of those content creators. I'm not doing this for millions of dollars. I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not what they said black fatigue, all this BS. I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not rage baiting they have now. I don't create content for that. I create content because number one, I've never had an interest in pursuing or being the head of anybody else's company but my own. When I realized what content creating was, and I realized I can make money by by doing the things that I love to do, and by being my authentic self, I was like, sign me up. And I made a promise to myself, I'm not going to get on here and start lying. If you notice, I don't do pranks. I did one prank on my mother. And it was something real small. I don't do pranks. I don't do half of what these social media content creators do. That's not my purpose. That's not my point of being on here. I'm not going to make up lies or make up content just to get a follow or a view. I am going to be my authentic self. And what that means is speaking my truth and or speaking up for what I believe in. I didn't make that video. I didn't know it was going to go like that. I didn't know it was going to blow up like that. I didn't know that now all my videos are blowing up and getting numbers more than what they used to. That wasn't my plan. But if it just so happens it does that based on something that I feel and that I stand 10 toes down on, then so be it. I'm not apologizing for anything. I don't regret anything. Stay out people's business. It's not my fault that you guys have a hard time understanding that. And it's unbelievable that someone of color can tell you to stay out. I know it's different, but it is what it is. And listen, if you're not that white person that feels like this, then this is not about you. Like they say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If you know you are not this person, don't get into my comments on this video and start talking shit, because you will get cursed out. But I stand 10 toes down. I will never let anybody stop me from having an opinion about anything or standing up for what I have. You can ask any of my family members. I have always been the person to stand up for what I believe. I don't care. And what I mean by I don't care means I don't care if it makes you uncomfortable. That's my motto. That's my motto that I have now started to use and that I made up. I will not allow myself to be uncomfortable to make you comfortable, which means I'm not going to close my mouth because you don't want to hear it. I'm not going to close my mouth because it's going to make you uncomfortable with the truth that I may say about you or towards you. I'm not doing it. If I feel a certain way, if I'm passionate about something, if I have a voice, I'm going to use it. Nobody on this world is going to check me but God. And God knows my intentions. He knows my heart. He knows what I'm trying to do. That video was nowhere near racist. It was me telling you to mind your business. Point blank and the period. So I'm not turning off no comments. I'm not taking down no video. I'm not doing any of that. I said what I said. Who gonna check me, boo? Not nan person on social media. I'm not one of those content creators. I didn't sign up for any of that. And I understand that this is how social media can, because there was a lot of people that, well, if you don't want us to comment, then make your page private. That's not the point, idiot. I didn't say you can't comment. I said comment on the right shit, but you're not listening. That's the problem. Don't take away somebody else's experience because you want to add your 2 cents, because you want to be included on something that has nothing to do with you. And that will go for anybody, any race. But again, I simply said white people because majority of the time, it is a white person think they are entitled to do, say, act, or whatever else that they want to do. And I'm a black woman to tell you, you can't. Not on my platform. I don't care about these people. I don't care what anybody has to say. And again, I didn't plan for this to blow up like this, but bring it. What's up? I wish I would. I'm a grown ass 38-year-old woman. I wish I would let an internet or somebody's opinion bully me to feel like I don't give a shit. Excuse my language. I don't care. One thing that I teach my kids is to stand up for yourself. And if I die on this earth standing up for myself, I did what I was supposed to do. That's why I said I want to detach from people. I want to detach because it's a lot going on. It's too much going on. And again, I don't have a problem with people having an opinion. I understand how social media works. I understand it's a free platform. I understand my platform is open, right? I don't have it private. I'm a content creator. Of course, I'm not going to have it private. I get it. My thing is come correct. You can be mad at me, but be mad at what makes sense. If I said I don't like white people, then you can call me a racist. That's not what I said, though. Be mad at the right shit. Y'all got so much mouth. Did you have that much mouth back in November? Oh, okay. Right. Because we wouldn't be in a position that we're in right now. Right. Like, what? Please. I'm not addressing this crap no more. I definitely was in them comments. And that's one thing that this is going to be a personal thing for me that I have to learn about social media. Well, not even about social media. This is one thing I have to learn in how to handle social media. I am a person where I have to clap back. Not all the time, but when it's something that's so utterly ridiculous, I have to clap back on you at you. And I have to learn you can't. Not all the time. Especially on a social media platform. You don't know these people, you don't see these people. And even if you do, run up, get done up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, these people, half of them are bots. And then half of them you probably will never see a day in your life. And so I have to allow, not even just on social media, but in my real life, just allow people to be as ignorant as they want to. As my mama always told me this. And if I got to revert back to this, I'm going to revert back to this. My mother always told me, and this is what I tell my children, let them people talk. As long as nobody put their hands on you, it don't matter. And I have to allow people to say the most ignorant shit that they want to say. As long as your hands, your fingertips, your palms, or any parts of your body don't ever in your life touch me, say what you want to say. Say what you want to say in these comments. I'm not mad at the comments, right? I'm irritated that the comments are not right because you're not right at the mad shit. You're not mad at the right shit. You're mad at something you fabricated in your mind that you think I'm saying. But even with that, let them think that, Simone. Let it, you know what I'm saying? Let them think that because you know what you meant. You made it clear as day. But people are going to take what they want to take from a situation and turn it and twist it into how they feel and then act like it's the truth. And there's nothing you can do about it. Child, this was just crazy. This was crazy. But I'm done with it. I told myself, stop commenting back because I was listening. I was going head to head. I was taking them all, okay? But I just have to figure out a way to just let it fly because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? What these people say, it is what it is. I mean, it's helping you, Simone. Like their ignorant comments is making you dollar bills in your pocket to take care of yourself and your children. So let them talk. That's another reason why I'm not turning off no comments. I'm not deleting no video. Why would I do that? That is bringing income to me. Why would I do that? Idiot, I'm making money off you. You're helping me. Thanks. I appreciate you. I'm not going to stop my blessings because you're an idiot. I'm not going to do that. Like, that would be an idiotic thing for me to do. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for today. I hope I have entertained y'all with the mess that's going on, my thoughts, my personal opinions. Please make sure you guys comment down below on YouTube. Make sure you share and like this video. And on my podcast, please make sure you guys download this podcast and make sure you guys leave me a comment as well if you can. I think you can comment on podcast. I'm not sure. Or rate me or whatever, all that good stuff. And I also would like for you guys to make sure you follow my social medias. Of course, Mone's Curvy Closet on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I think it's also that on Snapchat. I'm not sure. I believe it is. I don't know. But also make sure you guys go into my monescurvyclosetllc and make sure you guys also support me there. I do have a ebook. I have a coloring book now, and I also have a journal. So please make sure you guys support me there. And as always, I'll catch you guys on another one. I am enjoying my whole podcast and I've been getting some downloads. So I appreciate you guys' support in the podcast world. And this is going to be a face and a voice you guys will never forget. So don't even try. Oh, make that a little slogan. I like that. Ooh, okay, bye y'all.
I've been heavy on my grind, putting value on my time.